Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight from the legendary Knoxville Raceway Sunday Night Shootout Series for the Dirt Warrior Racing Gang and live via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard tonight, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil Lacasse here, and alongside and back at the controls, I gotta say, after a late night bender last night and this morning, I seen him go out and mow the lawn and seen him whip something out of his shirt pocket, jam it into his wrist. I'm not sure what that was, but supposedly it's Todd standing on the other side. My partner, how the heck are you, dude? Been forever.
Definitely been forever here, trying to get back on the call with you here this evening, and it's about time that us two get on the call here together. Giving each other nights off. That's what we got to do here sometimes when the summertime is fast-paced, and we got to do what we got to do. Well, iRacing.com pace truck is on the pacing the field right now, Phil, but we're going to get right straight into the Voiles Trucking starting lineup here for heat race number 1. David Blackbird will start on the pole. The number 16 machine is Des Part outside, driving the 61. That's Josh Peacock. Inside row number 2, that's number 1 of Alex Brewer. Outside of him, we're racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10. Inside row 3, that's Greg Tuberville, the number 20, and then Tyson Pankow, the number 91, is going to roll off 6. Rolling off 7th will be Sawyer Swiatek and Steve Robbins in 073, and Braden Richards and Trace Williams. Rounding your field is iRacing high flag, green flags in the air.
10 cars, 8 laps around. It's going to go fast tonight at the legendary Knoxville Raceways. A field off turn number 2 for the first time. David Blackburn going to lead him down in the corner. Josh Peacock back in his number 61 car after a brief cameo in the 73. The modified, I should say, pulls him there for a second. Alex Brewer in for third. They're going to be nose to tail from first all the way back to 8th. We're single file there for the top half dozen off into turn 1.
And right now, single file. With 16 and David Blackbird, your current race leader, that number 16 machine. Peacock looked down to the bottom side there momentarily, trying to capitalize there through the center of the corner, not able to do so as Blackbird did slam that door shut. The 61 and Peacock falls back in the line. Alex Brewer running in that third spot. Fourth is racing Jason Salter with number 10.
Yep, Jason Salter's 10 car trying to find work down to a low side underneath Alex Brewer as they race it up for the third spot. Been peeking at a pretty good battle coming on back here. It's for 5th on back. You see Greg Tuberville's number 20 with a new wrap out there. Sawyer Switek 67, Tyson Pancow's number 91. Another car sneaking into the fray. I believe that's Braden Richards into the mix as well. Good 4-car race for racing in the top 5, but that's outside transfer spots, Todd, because only the top 4 guaranteed on to the main event.
Yeah, definitely only the top 4. The top 4 running away and hiding here at the Knoxville Raceway is the 0. I should say the 010, but it's actually the 10 of Jason Salter running that 4 spot. Looks to the top shelf of the speedway for a tad bit there. Trying to get around the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Not going to be able to do so as Brewer now fires down to the inside. The number 61 of Peacock. Peacock right now under fire, and Alex Brewer is able to be all over him, but Peacock slamming that door shut down at the bottom.
Sure is. Looking down to the low side and trying to make room under David Blackberg off of turn number 4. Well, this time 5 laps complete, 3 laps remaining here in heat race number 1. Blackberg leading over Josh Peacock. Alex Brewer in for 3rd. Jason Salter, he has that final transfer currently. Good race going on back here for 5th on back where Sawyer Switek, he holds on position 5 over Braden Richards, but those guys got work to do because the top 4, they're in transfers. They're nose to tail coming at 2 to go off of 4.
Nose to tail here is everybody here is popsicle sticks in the air there for David Blackberg. 61 and Josh Peacock running in that 2nd spot. Alex Brewer for 3. For 4 is Jason Salter. 5th is 5th is Sawyer Switek aboard the number 67 machine, and 6th is Braden Richards in that 010 machine. Actually, 11 out there on the screen there. Those guys trying to track down the top 4. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so. They got a battle, though, amongst the top of 4 of those. Oh, Peacock around! And the 61, Josh Peacock around. That's going to cost him a transfer spot. That's going to boost Braden Richards up to 4th. But off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 1. That is going to be David Blackberg aboard the number 16 machine. Alex Brewer, Jason Salter, Braden Richards going to round out your top 4.
Man, I think Braden lucked into one right there. I don't know if there was contact between the 1 and the 61, but all I know through 1 and 2, the 61 got really light. Car went around. That's tragic break for Josh Peacock. He is going to be rolling off into consolation events that'll follow here tonight. Is Braden Richards grabbing the final transfer. Sawyer Switek, Tyson Pankow, Greg Tuberville, Steve Robbins, Trace Williams, Josh Peacock will go off into the Consi rounds. Heat race number 2 of 3 rolling out to the racetrack now. Let's take you through our Boyles Trucking starting lineup there. On the pole, brand new addition to the Bulletproof Motorsports stable aboard car number 18. That is Kyle Surratt, and alongside Bulletproof Motorsports teammate aboard car number 73 is Stephen Moore. In row number 2 with the number 86, that is Derek Fetkenhauer, and alongside the Damn Boy Racing car number 07 is Justin Pruitt. 3rd row, the 319 on the inside, that is David Brewer with the 010 on the outside. That is Casey Brunson. Wes Wygand rolls off 7th tonight. He is in the 188, and alongside in the number 51, that is Justin Gledhill, and going shotgun on the field. And car number 39 will be Gary Martin. So we have 9 drivers making the call. I believe all 9 are out there, and they're going to take to it for 8 laps around this legendary half mile. And the first one was pretty tame, Todd, until the very first corner of the last lap, where I don't think anybody expected Josh Peacock to spin his way out of a transfer spot.
I definitely didn't think Josh Peacock was going to go around there in that 61 machine. That put a damper on him. He's going to have to come from those consolation events here. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but these guys are rather tough here at DWR, and they are going to send some cars home here tonight. I believe 2 cars may be going home tonight by the end of the feature, but
no wasted consies.
Yeah, there's not going to be no wasted consies as we had before, like Phil says. Is getting ready, locked and loaded here for heat race number 2, the Boyles Trucking heat race number 2. Is the iRacing.com pace truck getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn down to pit road. It's going to be Surratt and Moore setting the pace here as we get ready to throw that iRacing I-flag green flag. That's out. We're racing down the front straightaway with Kyle Surratt and Moore. Drag race to the start-finish line, or not start-finish line, to turn 1. Actually, the drag race to the start-finish line, Surratt already had the 73, so already into turn 1 with ease, the number 18 Surratt takes over that lead.
Sure does. He's going to lead him down to turn number 3 for the first time. They're double wide there for 2nd. Fetkenhauer underneath Stephen Moore as a little stack up over there. White car in the middle is Justin Pruitt. He's got 2 more behind, including Casey Brunson in the mix as well. That is a really, really good A really good battle there. That black car out of the inside of Brunson is the 319 of David Brewer. Had to get the mind head out of my, whatever that number was. 319, three-digit number. They're racing, all juking and driving, sliding up the racetrack. More guys making contact. They keep it straight somehow off of 4. They're 3 wide.
Yeah, definitely doing a fantastic job. That's a 3-wide battle for the 5th spot on back. The top 4 again trying to go away there. No, some more contact around. Looks like Wygand in the number 88, or the 188 machine, around in a knot there, as that's going to put him to the tail. I should say the 88 machine. Wes Wygand, tough break for that machine.
Yeah, as he got Twirly Bird around, and he's going to go to the back of field, as you said. Kyle Surratt leading this one, 5 car lengths off at turn number 2. Over Derek Fedkenhauer. This drag race going on for the 3rd spot. Stephen Moore and Justin Pruitt comfortably in transfers, but they stay door-to-door off of 4. Who's going to be the win the battle there as we're halfway home here, 4 in the books, 4 to go.
Yeah, how much do you want to push it there when you're in a transfer spot there for the A-main? You know it's rather difficult to get an A-main here at the Sunday night shootout, especially in Knoxville. A lot of these guys really fast. How much do you actually want to push it? Damn boy, racing number 07 of Pruitt back down to the bottom side. Still a side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot there between Moore and Pruitt. But it looks like Casey Brunson's starting to lurk. He's starting to reel these guys in, Phil. You don't want to battle too long because Brunson's going to be right there.
010 is always quick here at DWR, running up in that 5th spot and trying to race down fellow drivers up front there, racing for the 3rd spot between Stephen Moore and Justin Pruitt. Moore going to overcome the 07, put the 73 back up to the 3rd spot. Pruitt going to maybe fight back down low. You got to think these guys see Casey Brunson in the mirror coming. They want to get this thing sorted back in line, settle amongst themselves as we got 2 to go on the speedway. Kyle Surratt trying to make quick work of this one, Todd. He's already in the back chute.
Kyle Surratt in the number 18 machine already down here in the turn number 3 as we're waiting for him to come off of turn number 4 to get the white flag there in the number 18 machine. So 1 more trip around the speedway for the 18 of Kyle Surratt. Can he hold on over Derek Fedkenhauer right now? Fedkenhauer starting to dig, but a little bit too late, I do believe. As Surratt leading the charge down the back straightaway into turn number 3 for the final time. The number 18 of Kyle Surratt coming off of turn number 4 and picking up heat race number 2. 18 of Kyle Surratt as he flashes by that start finish line. 2nd going to go to Derek Fedkenhauer. 3rd to Stephen Moore. David Boy Racing 07 of Pruitt going to finish out 4th. Brunson, Glenhill, David Brewer, Jerry Martin, and Wes Wygard going to finish out your 9-car field.
All right, that'll do it there for heat race number 2. You got your 4 transfers, your 5 drivers on to consolation rounds, and I think we're going to have a full velocity consolation round here tonight. Maybe only one of us can survive. Todd versus Phil. One of us going to get kicked out after the heats. Wonder who that's going to be. I'm going to give you a guess. It's not the guy pushing the control button. It's going to be the guy survives is going to be the guy pushing the control buttons. I'm out! I'm only kidding. I'm not going to do that to Todd. He's had a long enough night over there. I'm glad he's able to join us here this evening, making the trip from Eldora, where Phil originally sent him, and there was nothing going on in Eldora. We were in Iowa, not Ohio. That was my bad. But you know what's not going to be bad, and that is heat race number 3, rolling out to the racetrack. So let's take you through our Voiles Trucking starting lineup on the pole with the 311. That is Justin Holt alongside of the number 12. That is Eric Eichstadt. In row number 2, 631 car of Alex Cummings, our modified winner, rolls off 3rd. On the outside, the evil one aboard car number 21. That is Jim Revis. Row number 3, a pair of heavy hitters here with car number 8 on the inside, the Team Elite Machine of Austin Miners, the number 53 alongside of Chad Rigby. 4th row on the inside, car number 13, we find Caleb Ramsey with the number 25 of Henry Jones, and going shotgun on the field aboard car number 88 will be Kevin Prettyman. So the call for 9, we have all 9, only 4 can punch your ticket off into our 60-lap main event. You want to avoid consies at all costs. 4 guys going to have some work to do. So far, so good. Holt, Eichstadt, Cummings, and Revis, they're going to open up in the transfers, but you got guys like Miners and Rigby, Ramsey, even Jones and Prettyman back there. Anybody's guess, anything can happen. Trouble lurks around every corner here at the Knoxville Raceway into turns number 3 and 4. Pace car, pace truck, going to make its way out of the infield. What do you say? We go I race the guy flag, green flag up in the air. 8 more trips around to settle here in qualifying tonight.
Yeah, Holt leads the charge down into turn number 1. The BladeNo.com. Number 12 of Eichstätt running in that second spot. Heavy pressure from the 631 of Alex Cummings, though. 21 Jim Revis to the top shelf for the Speedway. Can Alex Cummings there, Phil, make a clean sweep of Eldora after winning the Eichstätt Raps Modified Tour? Can he make it 2 in a row? I've seen it a couple different times here on occasion. As you see the beautifully prepared cut line up here in the left-hand portion of the screen. So the top 4 in, the rest of them go to other qualifying events.
Cut line. That's pretty. I like that. If that's a new feature, I like it. I haven't seen that before. That's pretty good right there. They're 3 and 4, racing it up for the race lead off the corner here. Look at Eric Eichstätt trying to make his way down to the inside of Justin Holt, Alex Cummings, Jim Revis. That's how they started. That is your top 4 across the line, but keep an eye on the 8 of Austin Miners. He has got it rolling. Caleb Ramsey's digging in the 13. So is Chad Rigby. They're running 5th, 6th, and 7th, but all chasing the race leader through turns number 3 and 4 off the corner. Justin Holt in the 31. He leads the field off the 4th.
And Justin Holt still continuing to lead there. The number 12 machine of Eric Eichstätt right there, breathing down his neck there. And that number 12 machine, the BladeNo.com. Number 12, here comes there, the number 21 of Jim Revis down to the bottom of the 631 of Alex Cummings. Cummings right now running in 3rd. Again, the top 4 trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Austin Miners running in the 5th spot, so he's on the outside looking in. Looks like he's going to go to a consolation event here, Phil. Is the number 8 of Miners not able to catch it, but I tell you, anything can happen. Just look what happened here in the heat number 1.
It sure did. But Todd, while we're here, single file, those details 1 through 4, I have to call shenanigans. You ready? Round of shenanigans. Ready for this one? Whatever happened to the day of you needed to winning a race to pick up a sponsor? Look at that 12 car of Eric Eichstätt, all decked out with BladeNo.com. What, are we doing participation trophies now? Sam, where are you? Sam Perry, you put that awesome looking BladeNo logo on the side of the 12. The car is pretty sick, but what happened to winning races again? You got to win to get rid of a nickname. I guess you're not going to win to pick up a sponsor. That's good. We got sponsors. I don't win races either. I'm thankful for that. We're thankful also. We're 2 to go over in turn number 1 and 2. Look at Eichstätt. He's going to look to the low side of Justin Holt. We have a race for the win brewing down the back chute.
Okay, down the back straightaway, he's already received popsicle sticks in 631 and Cummings sticking his nose in here for that second spot. Almost 3 wide for the race lead here through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, we're going to receive that white flag. Over the field is Justin Holt. And that number 31 machine holding on to the top spot. Eichstätt in a battle with the 631 of Cummings side by side. For the second spot, they touch just a tad bit over there. And that's going to jumble them up just a tad bit. Here comes the 21 of Revis up through the middle, trying to make something happen. But off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 3, it's going to be the number 31 machine of Justin Holt taking down the victory. The 12 machine of Eric Eichstätt going to finish up second. Third going to go to Alex Cummings and Jim Revis. Going to round out your top 4 that make the A-man. The rest go to the consolations.
They certainly do, and I didn't hit the talk button there, but if I did, you would have heard me screaming at Jim over in 3. Don't go to the middle. Don't go to the middle. That's not going to work. Then God, Jim thought better of it, because I didn't think you guys were in transfers. Don't go 3 wide over there. Needlessly take yourself out of it. That's exactly what they did. Jim Revis picking up the final transfer spot. It's going to move us off into our consolation rounds, and we are going to have 2 consies. They are going to be 10 laps in length. We are going to take the top 7 drivers out of each. And the most beautiful news of all I can report tonight, Todd, there are 8 cars scheduled in each. I will give heat race number 1 or B main number 1 or Consi number 1, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm going to give you the first crack at the starting lineup.
The Voiles Trucking starting the lineup here for consolation event number 1. They're going to call it the C main on the screen, but we're going to call it Consi number 1. Starting on the pole, driving the number 67, that's Sawyer Swiatek aboard that machine, and outside of him, the number 8 of Austin Miners. Inside row number 2, starting in the 3rd star position, that's number 51 of Justin Gledhill. His dance part of the outside, driving the number 20, that's Greg Tuberville. Inside row number 3, rolling out 5th, that's Kevin Prettyman aboard the number 88, and outside him will be Gary Martin aboard the number 39. Shotgun on the field here. This is the last row on the field here. 8 cars we go for. We got all 8 out there. Trace Williams at number 63, and the 13 of Caleb Ramsey, and man, I tell you what, Phil, this I never felt something so messed up in my mind right now, so we're going to try to take a breather for a minute.
All right. Well, you've had a long day. Whatever was in that syringe a while ago, shake it. I don't know if it was something you shouldn't have or whatever. What the heck happened over there with you today? You've been all out of sorts ever since I talked to you here this evening. We stayed to the wrong track, and then I get you over here, and you're half asleep. What the heck happened?
Well, I got attacked by bees. And, of course, I'm allergic to bees. So,
Not good.
yeah. Not a very good result. My right arm was kind of messed up. I had to take Benadryl and, of course, my EpiPen. And I am wicked tired now. I feel like I have been on a bender. A 3 or 4 day bender because I don't understand. I've never had that result with this, but I guess I haven't had it in a very long time either.
Well, I guess we won't say Todd wasn't doing any ripping magoos, so I guess that's a good thing. But off turn number 4, we go iRacing, I flag, green flag up in the air for consolation. Round number 1, Sawyer Swatek going to lead the field off of turn number 1 and 2. While Austin Miners at number 8. Austin already going to jump down to the low side. We're going to drag race to the race lead. We've got 8 out there, only 7 going to transfer on. We're going to send somebody home. They're 3 wide back there for the final transfer. Damn nice looking picture there off turn 4.
Hey, you definitely don't want to be the guy that's sent home here this evening. Of course, 7 out of 8 cars transferring on from consolation event number 1. Right now being led by Sawyer Swatek, Austin Miners, Justin Gledhill, Greg Tuberville. Those are your top 4. 5th through 8th right now is Caleb Ramsey, Prettyman, Martin, and then Williams, the last car here in 8th right now on the outside looking in.
Outside looking in is Prettyman's number 88 as they work their way off of turn number 2 down to the number 1, I should say, completing their lap number 2. Swatek and Miners still continue to duke it out for the race lead. You look back there into the 3rd spot. Where do you find Justin Gledhill's 51? Old Turbo, Greg Tuberville, that nice looking number 20, brand new wrap there. He rides to the 4th spot, nose to tail from 1st all the way back to about 7th off turn 4.
Yeah, pretty good racing going on and great battle going on for the 7th and final transfer position. Here comes the number 63 machine of Williams down to the bottom there, trying to get around Martin. Martin's still holding on to that transfer spot, but I don't know for how long, Phil. That's pretty contested between himself and Trace Williams.
That pretty good little battle there with Williams and that number 60 battling it out with the number 39 of Jerry Martin. They're back there racing for that final transfer. As you said, 39 versus 63. For Trace Williams. They're going at it and said only 7 of these 8 cars can make it on. One of them going to go home. Kevin Prettyman, the number 88, he was on the outside looking in. He is all of a sudden felt that jolt of electricity. He's put himself now up into, I believe, what is that, the 6th spot there off of turn number 4. Still all single file. They're going to have to go back there to make it happen. Right now, Williams has that, or Martin has the final transfer over Williams. That is trying times, and you know, these guys next time by going to have 6 complete. So we're halfway home in B main number 1. And there's still some drama to play out over there. Prettyman's holding on, but he's got Martin breathing all down his neck. 39 up to the top lane over in turns 3 and 4.
And definitely a good battle going on there for the 7th and final transfer spot here in the consolation event number 1. Here the C main up on the screen, but I tell you, the 39 also trying to get one more spot, so he's not so much on the bubble. I say maybe Prettyman. Prettyman right now is running in that 6th spot, but man, those guys right tight together. If one of them makes a mistake, another one's going to make it into the future. The other one's going to say good night, and we'll see you next week. So hopefully that's not where you want to be in that 8th spot. But Trace Williams pretty much held it down so far. He's holding it down, but it's not letting those those other 2 in front of him get away from him.
No, he's not. Doing a good job back there. Is off the 4th turn. We're going to get 2 to go in the air this time for the race leader up front. 67 of Sawyer Swatek leading over Austin Miners. Austin takes a peek back to the low side. Good little race going on back here for 3rd as well with Justin Gledhill's number 51. Caleb Ramsey, the 13. He keeps playing peekaboo down to the inside. Good race going on up amongst the top 4, where this time they're going to see white flag over the field.
Yeah, white flag going to go out in the air here for Sawyer Swatek, and the number 67 machine right there for 2 is Austin Miners. Miners has looked to the bottom here a couple different times. Just trying to get around that 67 machine, not able to do anything. The 51 of Gledhill running in that 3rd spot. 4th is Ramsey down the back straightaway for the final time. Miners going to throw something at the 67 here through turn number 3. Is he going to pull a slider through here? Is he going to be able to complete the pass? Not going to be had. Looks like Sawyer Swatek going to pick up consolation event number 1 here in Knoxville Raceway, and the 8 of Austin Miners. And you got Gledhill, Ramsey, Tuberville, Martin, Prettyman, and Williams going to be out of this event.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we got right there through the B main number 1. Trace Williams is going to be the lone driver out of this one, sent home, and I guess we'll say night to Trace. I'm sure we'll see him over here via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV, where you can find us here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I don't know, but we're getting ready to rock and roll with B main number 2. We're called the official B main, where the heck you want to have it. But let's go firing off on our starting lineup. On the pole with the number 010, we find Casey Brunson. With our number 91 alongside, that is Tyson Pankow. In row number 2, the 53 of Chad Rigby with the 319 of David Brewer on the outside. Row 3, the 073 is Steve Robbins with the number 25 of Henry Jones. Wes Wygand rolls off 7th. He's in the 188, and shotgun on the field, if you can believe it, in a B main, the last chance to qualify tonight. Driver of car number 61, Josh Peacock, has to come for the final position in the B main, where only 7 drivers transfer. I don't think Josh Peacock is going to stay outside the transfer spot, but just to say to start the B main that he's not, that is a very strange occurrence, if I could say so myself.
I have to definitely agree with you there, Phil. It's looking all over the 61 car. And I know I mentioned something about it last week, but man, that car is pretty compared to the one they used to have. They got Bulletproof Motorsports on the 61, then you got Full Velocity Racing Network on both the panels there, Peacock on the bottom there. It's just a nice looking car, different type of scheme, kind of a two-tone or tri-colored car there, that number 61. So beautifully prepared. He's already on the outside looking in, so hopefully that car is not going to be some sort of bad luck for him.
Absolutely. So we'll have to wait and see as we get ready to lock and load here for 10 laps around, final qualification event of the night before we unleash a fury of 60 laps here for a main event off turn number 4. Casey Brunson and Tyson Pankow, a guy we saw win here just on Wednesday night or last week, or I forget what night it was. No, we talked to Tyson Pankow in Victory Lane, getting his very first win at DWR. He starts on the outside of the front row. iRacing Guy flag, green flag is up in the air. We go racing, and off of turn number 2, Casey Brunson. He's going to lead the field for the first time over in 3.
And Casey Brunson finishing out just outside the top 4 here to qualify through the heat races. Going to start on the pole, like you said, 5th position is where he finished. So he is fast there in that 010 machine. 91 and Tyson Pankow already up to that 2nd spot there, Phil. It's a good run for Tyson here early on to go. And David Brewer running in the 3rd. 4th is Chadwick Rigby. Then you got Steve Robbins, Henry Jones, Josh Peacock holding on to the final transfer spot with Wes Wygand run spot out.
Wes Wygand on the outside looking in right now in the 88 as they work off turn number 4, completing lap number 2. And up front, race leader is car number 010, Casey Brunson over Tyson Pankow. David Brewer in that 3rd spot as we sit. Tyson, I thought, was going to chase down the back of Casey over here in turn number 3. He was kind of playing peekaboo with the bottom off the corner. He fall back in line. We got a little drag race going on over here for it looks like running inside the top 5. It's the back end of it where we find is that Steve Robbins, him and Josh Peacock, that 61 carving himself up to the field like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, Josh Peacock trying to see what he's got there. The number 61 machine right now in 6th, banging on the door there of the 073 machine of Steve Robbins. Robbins right now able to slide up there. Not a lot of real estate for the 61 to get around the 073 machine as he keeps slamming that door shut there, Phil. Meanwhile, a battle for the race lead. Tyson Pankow down to the bottom side there, the number 91. Brunson up top in the 010 as they come down the back straightaway, Phil. What a great race we got going on for the lead. And now, here comes Brewer into the fray in the 319. Oh, slide job up into 2nd. Perfect slide job there for the number 319, able to get around the 91.
If that is how you stick a landing, that's what David Brewer did. He stuck that thing right in the middle, but Tyson Pankow couldn't pull it immediately back to the bottom, but he found running room down low, heading into turn number 1 as they exit 2. Pankow has a spot on the inside. Does David Brewer set up for another slider? Let's wait and see. 91 doesn't slide up the hill. Brewer going to stay up high. Drag race for 2nd there off of 4.
Yeah, drag race as they storm by that start finish line. 4 laps remain here at the Knoxville Raceway. The number 91 Pankow way down to the bottom. Brewer right now running in that 2nd spot. Pankow trying to pull a slider of his own right there on the 319 again. Side-by-side battle down the back straightaway.
Good battle there, running for that 2nd spot, and maybe a race for the lead this time off of 3 and 4 as I thought Tyson may slide all the way up to the inside of the 010 on Brunson. Casey's going to lead. Great race going on there for 2nd with Pankow and Brewer in the 319. You look back here in 4th, you find Chad Rigby Josh Peacock's number 61. He is rallying now up into the top 5. Steve Robbins in the 073 back there in 6th. It is Henry Jones with 25. He holds on to that final transfer, but it says over by 2 car lengths. Wes Wygan, the 88. He has work to do, Todd, because we're getting 2 to go this time off of 4.
Yeah, popsicle sticks up in the air there for Casey Brunson. We're looking at Wygan in that number 188 machine on the screen. He's got to get around the number 25 of Henry Jones right there directly in front of him. See if he's going to be able to do so, as it still continues to be Casey Brunson your race leader. Brewer for second, Pancal for the 3rd spot. Coming off of turn number 4, past that start finish line, white flag in the air.
One more trip around the speedway for the 010 of Casey Brunson. He looks out his mirror and he sees David Brewer and Tyson Pancal really going at it, having a ferocious battle for the 2nd spot. Into turns number 3 and 4 for the final time. Pancal drives it in deep. Can he make it all the way alongside Nick Casey? The answer going to be no. Off the corner, checkered flag going to go in the air. Give B May number 2 to the 010 of Casey Brunson. Tyson Pancal will steal away 2 from David Brewer. Chad Rigby gets 4th. Josh Peacock for 5. Steve Robbins and Henry Jones grabbing the final transfer spot. Wes Wygan going to join Trace Williams. Those 2 drivers, Todd, are going to be the 2 exiting stage right. They are not going to be racing in our 60-lap main event, which is coming up in here in just a brief moment.
Yeah, just a brief moment here, Phil. We're going to see if we have time here for the playing of our national anthem, so we're going to send it down trackside.
Oh, say that you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red feathers bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Back here live at a Full Velocity Racing Network as we go by racing high flag, green flag with 26 cars. Main event, opening lap of the race, Todd. They just went green. They're in the back straightaway for the first time.
The first time there's number 16 machine of David Blackbird leads the fray. Here comes Surratt down to the bottom side. Almost side by side. There's a trying to pull up alongside there. Blackbird has a good piece here tonight. Able to qualify on the pole in the number 16 machine, trying to pull the trifecta. He won his heat race now in a good battle with Kyle Surratt.
Surratt down to the low side of Blackbird over turns number 1 and 2. They race it out for the lead, but we're going to slow it down right away here. Before we even complete lap number 2, our first head of a record service yellow flag of the night on lap number 2, yellow with 26 cars out there for everybody racing as hard as they possibly can. We get our first caution flag of the night. Put Todd to work down there. It's been a while since he's had to do this. A BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay, and I think the story is going to be something went amiss with the Braden Richards machine over there, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. Todd will show us.
Yeah, trying to take a look here, trying to get to that there, Phil. Is Just not quite as quick as I'd like to be. As Braden Richards, a little bit of contact there. Looks like he's going to go upside down and spin a Rooney down the back straightaway. So Braden Richards goes for a wild ride.
Spin-a-Rooney. I mean, that's been a while since I've got a Todd Spin-a-Rooney, so I feel kind of better now. Glad we got that out of the way. Certainly missed my partner here last week or so, as he's been busy. Gave me a little bit of time off this week to kind of catch myself together. Glad he did so, as I really did need the breather. So get ready to lock and load here. Back to Green Flag Racing in just a minute. If you guys have not done so yet, head over to our all-new website. Check out all we are up to. FullVelocityTV.com, where newer dates just keep getting added more and more. We just keep staying busy, and we love being busy, and hopefully keep the two of us together here for a little while. My tag team partner, feels like it's forever since we did a dirt race together, so glad to have him alongside, get back in the flow of having somebody to finally bounce conversation off. It feels like it's been a while since I've been able to do this dialogue back and forth, so we get that all settled in, as it looks like my browsers all take a dive over here, so looks like all my communication, everybody's going to be gone. Wanted to say hey to our buddy Andy Margot, who is always over there sending me a good message to keep my spirits high. Andy, I salute you, buddy. As Todd, we're going to go back to 3-wide racing. I'm going to try to ignore this photo.
Green flag is out. We're already back to racing here down the front straightaway. This is David Blackbird leading the charge. Here comes the number 18 of Surratt. He was on the bottom, but he's got some challenges coming up alongside him there for the 31 machine. Was able to get up alongside him there momentarily. Still trying to battle and fend him off there through turn number 3. Surratt right now in that second spot, the 31 running in third. That is Justin Holt. Fourth right now is Alex Brewer. Derek Fetkenhauer up to 5th. There in the number 86 machine as he tries to get down to the bottom of Brewer there. That's a battle for that 4th spot.
Sure is. Battle for 4th. Off the corner is Fetkenhauer. Down low the 86 under Alex Brewer. Look right behind him. A battle of Jason Salter versus Eric Eichstadt. Two of the big guys over here at DWR wrestling it out for position number 7. Good little race there off of turn number 4, but nobody better right now than David Blackburn. He leads the field, but here comes Surratt back to the low side, looking for the lead off of 2.
Yeah, as he pitches the number 18 off just a tad bit, trying to keep him down there at bay is Blackburn as he comes down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. Surratt fires back down to the inside, side by side for the race lead. The 31 to Holt right now running in that 3rd spot. 4th is Alex Brewer. 5th is still Fetkenhauer, but great battle going on for the top spot. Almost contact being made there through turns 1 and 2 as we enter the back straightaway.
Yeah, sure did. And I watched Surratt enter turn number 3 last time and gave a little tap to the left rear of the 16. I guess in dirt racing, that must be the sign to, on asphalt, we would almost say, tap him in the rear, not the left rear. I guess on dirt, the best way to signal that I may be a little quicker right now, give you the room, must be tapping that left rear, because Surratt, he comes back to it. He's to the low side of Blackburn off of 2. They almost make contact again.
And they're bobbling up. It's checking up the rest of the field right there directly behind them. 3 wide for 4th. There is Fetkenhauer way down to the bottom side there in the number 86 machine. As Alex Brewer now goes up to 3rd. But I may tell you what, Fetkenhauer really on rails in that number 86 machine. More 3-wide battle going on throughout the back here. I'm going to say that's a battle for the 7th, 8th, 9th position. Look at the 3-wide battling going on.
That is a lot of cars off turn number 2. Wide. Eric Eichstadt broke out of the middle of that one. Alex Cumming is back there. Austin Miner's in that fray as well. I think I could tell even who that white car is in the middle of that one, as those guys all this is diving for spots there. 2, 3 wide off of turn number 4. But Todd, being an old dirt veteran like you are, I got to ask you what etiquette is here at the dirt track, because you know a whole lot more about that than I do. David Blackburn is up front. Kyle Surratt has had a run on him a couple of times to the bottom. Hit him in a little bit in the left rear. How many times do you hit him there before you can only take being pinched down there so long? When is the proper time, if you're like Kyle, to maybe give the 18 a huge send down to the corner and just kind of move him out the way?
Well, the proper etiquette, you would pass him cleanly. Etiquette, though, you're getting frustrated, and he's in your way. He's been chopping him. Usually drivers take it in their own hands. 3 or 4 laps of that, it's going to probably end up with you getting sent into the corner just a tad bit up the track. Not to wreck you on purpose, but just send you up the track and try to capitalize down at the bottom. But it is your job to get around that person directly in front of you. So if he comes back down, he's able to bring it back down and shut that run off. That's one of the things that's going to happen is looks like we're going to go to a bladenode.com instant replay because guess what, Phil? The Hanover Record Service yellow flag's out.
Yep, second time tonight. Yellow finds us here at the Knoxville Raceway, lap number 15. We slow it back down again as Todd gives us an etiquette dirt track racing lesson, which I always ask for because I don't have this background like a lot of guys do. Learning as we go, and I always like knowing exactly, if I've ever put in those situations, what I need to do, but we slow the field back down. Second time tonight, put Todd to work with a bladenode.com, full velocity instant replay. And I believe, oh no, is this Jim Revis with 21 that may be involved in this one?
Definitely the 21 of Jim Revis. You can watch Brewer here get some traction. Gets into the back of the 21, sends the 21 around into the wall. Another car down there involved. Looks like it might be the 00 machine, maybe. No, maybe the 073 machine down there. Steve Robbins also involved in this one, Phil.
All right, so a couple of good cars tore up over there in the corner. And so Jim Revis, man, a guy who's almost been feast or famine here in Knoxville. I'm sure he's probably right now just wanting to get the heck out of this place, having this feels like a topsy-turvy night here in the first third of this one. 16 laps now under the yellow flag here, awaiting hopefully one to go this time by. Got to thank once again, of course, our great sponsors here at the network. We got to thank Hanover Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, bladenode.com, South Texas Speedway, Mustard Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Gent. With Todd Stanton tonight, Phil LaCasse here, the voice of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Glad you guys have chose to join us here on a Sunday night with, I call us, the absolute best of the best here. The best tag team duo that iRacing universe has ever seen is right here live on your source for esports racing. The Full Velocity Racing Network is off of turn number 4. We see that Chevrolet Silverado iRacing safety vehicle pull its way onto the infield. What do you say we go back to some green flag racing, iRacing, iFlag, green flag back in the air. David Blackburn stomps that loud pedal down. He leads the field over in turn 1.
Yeah, Blackburn right now in the number 16 machine doing a fantastic job trying to keep everybody at bay. Surratt's tried a couple different times to the bottom, able to chop off his runs there. But Alex Brewer now up to that third spot. Here comes racing Jason Salter down to the bottom in the number 10. And Fetkenauer right there in the top 5. Don't count out Eric Eichstedt, who's running in 6.
Eric Eichstedt's had a really good night in that 12 car, up in the 6th spot. Now, 3, 4 of us, 5 wide there through turn number 2. I saw Austin Miners in there, Casey Brunson, Justin Holtz, 31, Alex Cummings to 631. They all came together and they separated, kind of like that old slinky effect Todd likes to talk about. They were, for a brief second, Todd Derrick call it, 5 wide off of 2. They kept it straight, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. Great racing going on through the field. Everybody keeping it straight there. And there's still 3 wide racing back there. Some more contact being made. Nobody really around, but there's a lot of contact being made. It's now Surratt slide job on the number 16 machine. Can he make it stick, though? He's not going to be able to do so. Is Blackburn going to slam that door shut down the first straightaway once again?
Well, I don't know if that's something to show your hand kind of early, but Kyle threw a haymaker there through 3 and 4. He's going to go back to the low side, this time off of 2. Take the run once again. Same story as last lap. Surratt versus Blackburn. Kyle going to throw it in deep. Can he pull the slider off? Does Blackburn keep the momentum in high? Kyle slides up the hill. They don't make any contact. They stay door to door. Not only for the race lead, we're door to door also for third. Brewer versus Salter. Racing Jason to the low side. He may look to pick up the lead this time off of 2.
Yeah, Surratt now to the race lead in the number 18 machine. The 10 of racing Jason now battle for that second spot as he's trying to pull a 2-for move there. Working over the bottom side of the Trash Panda Graphics number 10 machine. Really fast right now in that third spot.
I thought he was making it a 3-for there. I was about to yell 3 points on that one, but didn't stick. Jason Salter, number 10 car, Trash Panda machine up to the third spot. Kyle Surratt has now taken the lead over from David Blackburn. David gives it a bump. We have a bump off turn number 2. Eric Eichstad goes for a little bit mile of a ride. I don't know if we are yellow or not. We're still green, but Eric Eichstad, he got sent over there off the second turn.
Yeah, he done got full scent there. Number 12 machine way back now. Tough break for number 12 Eichstad. Now all the way back to 11th. I think he probably was able to gather it back up there. Phil, now yellow flag going to come out here. And over record service, yellow flag over the field.
Yellow flag number 2 rolls us out here on lap number 24. Slow him back down. And I'm not sure if this one was because of the stuff happening with the 12 car or something else broke out behind him. That's what we're going to let Todd go back and tell the story of. a BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay. I think this one may have come for just sheer madness of aggressive driving off the second turn, or is there something over there that really happened that precipitated this caution flag being thrown over the field?
Just taking a look here, what happened here first, Phil. The first initial part of that is number 31 machine of Holt gets into the back of the 12 machine of Eichstätt. And those guys come down there, but Eichstätt able to keep it going after that contact down through the infield null. So that was Eric Eichstätt. Let's see what else brought out here. This yellow flag is, I think the contact also made this stuff happen here. I'm not sure there, Phil, though. I don't see anybody right now.
I see that the 311 of Justin Holt is being shown the black flag to him to go to the rear of the field. So, not sure if he was involved in that contact with the 12 or something else may have happened there. If you see anything else that would have happened there, because Holt was up in the top 10, and now the starter is giving him the signal 31 car time. He's being sent to the rear of the field.
31 definitely being sent to the rear of the field there is Holt for his contact in that fray. So I believe that was contact there with Eric Eichstätt. That's what initially started here. That slinky effect and then everybody else getting involved.
All right, so let me ask you a funny question here, Todd. Now, you've done a whole lot of stuff at the racetrack over the years. Were you ever the flag man up on the stand?
I've been there a couple times. Just a couple.
Did you have to go trackside and, do that, proverbial bend over, point to your rear end, tell a guy to go to the rear of the field? You ever done that before?
No, I didn't have to do that.
All right, because I just wondered if you do that, if it was one of those, you need to either go to the rear, or that could be taken a different way. Maybe, I don't know, we're going to go for that one here. But I'll let you chew on that one for a minute. As we go back to iRacing, I flag, green flag. I'm sure Todd's doing that to me right now. We're going to go back to racing and look down. Kyle Surratt now, he's going to have claim of the field. Here comes Jason Salter to the low side. Racing Jason a bid for the lead off of 2.
Salter knows it's go time then. The Trash Painting Graphics number 10 machine. He's got to get around Surratt here early. Salter way down to the bottom. Surratt way up top. The 16 machine right there in the middle. Can Salter pull off the pass here at the start-finish line? I think he's going to be able to do so there. He's going to lead that time by.
Sure did. Jason Salter going to lead, but it is anybody's guess back here for second on back, where Kyle Surratt, David Blackburn, Derek Fedgenhauer in that mix too, is 3 cars up front. Jason Salter now under assault from Kyle Surratt. It's the 18 up to the high side of the racetrack. We're going to slug it out 2 now, almost 3 wide, as David Blackburn kind of thought to make that even in the middle of those cars. 2 wide drag race for the lead. Salter versus Surratt down in turn 1.
Yeah, Salter lets her drift up the track just a tad bit. Some more contact being made there. Middle portion of the pack there is, looks like Eichstätt way up on the top shelf of the speedway there. Able to keep it going as this time by. We're going to be halfway home. 30 in, 30 to go, and it's going to be a yellow.
Somebody
We're
didn't
going to
make
slow
it.
it down. Hanover Record Service yellow flag is, we are still going to be halfway home though, Phil.
We are halfway home, but somebody did not make it over there. They were about 5 wide and had 9 cars in about a spot you could probably fit about 3. So I didn't think that was going to work off turn number 2. Somebody had to have been squeezed out. I believe Justin Pruitt had a hand in some contact here in the number 07. Not sure who he sent around, but I believe somebody was. I'll let Todd show it off here with a BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay.
Now, before I do, we're going to take a look here, see if I got his blip. Yep, indeed I do. So, in comes Braden Richards as everything gets slinkied up here. He goes down, tries to split the difference up through the middle, comes down the track there on the 20 machine, then hits Pruitt. Looking at that on the screen here again, looks like Pruitt had a handful of steering wheel after it came back up. And they bounced around a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to call that one, Phil. I'm going to leave that up to the viewers there, but I mean, looking from the blimp, it's a little bit different of a story there.
So is that one of those proverbials that you make the call? We haven't done that in a while.
Yep, we'll allow everybody to make the call on that one. What went on there, but I know it was a cost by the number 11 machine of Richards.
All right, so whatever happened over there, you guys can make the call. Who that fault was, the Russian judge will score to 3. And we'll get ready to go back to racing here as I believe lights go out around the half mile here, Knoxville Raceway. We're past halfway now, 33 laps of 60 on the board, where Kyle Surratt leads over Jason Salter, Derek Fedgenhauer, David Blackburn, Alex Brewer, your current top 5. Stephen Moore has worked his way up to 6th. Eric Eichstätt rolls back to 7th. Sawyer Swaytek having a good night. He is up to 8th. Casey Brunson 9th. And Caleb Ramsey from 19th position, Todd. He is going to restart just on the backside. He rounds out the top 10 as they work their way through 3 and 4, awaiting a restart.
iRacing.com page strikes down the pit road. iRacing I flag, green flags in the air. As Salter leads the charge down to turn number 1. And Surratt up to the top shelf of the speedway once again, trying to make something happen. Blackbird down to the bottom there, side by side for that second spot, coming out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back, straight away here to turn 3. It is still Surratt holding on to that second spot, but Blackbird not going away on the bottom.
Yeah, and I am trying to watch that race for a second, Todd, but my eyes are being drawn behind because they are still back there 3, almost 4 wide. I'm going to let the pictures tell the story here. There is some good racing going on in Knoxville right now. Jason Salter leads. Blackbird to the bottom. Surratt going to fire back on the outside, see if he can't reclaim second. Here come Alex Brewer and Derek Fetkenauer. 3 wide now for third over in turn 3.
Splitting the difference, meeting between the sandwich. That's the number 16 of Blackbird to come off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. As it looks like Fetkenauer are going to back out of that one, but Brewer still manhandling it down on the bottom, letting her drift up in the middle of the corner. And that number 1 machine, nice side-by-side battle for that third spot. Here comes Brewer, and here comes Fetkenauer even lower. And that number 86 machine.
And Derek, I thought, was going to send it in there huge, but he rolled out of it a little bit sooner, eased it in down to the corner. I thought if he sent it in there, he was going to hit the 1 car, one was going to hit the 16, and that was going to set off another wild ride through the third or fourth quarter. That shows the class of what this league is all about. DWR, the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues, as we have somebody running the wall in 1 and 2. We may have a turtle over there because I'm not sure how that car may have ended up back on its wheels over there. Slow him back down, head of a record service caution flag, I believe number 5. Find us on lap number 35, and Todd is going to have a very, very wild BladeNote.com full velocity is to replay the show. I believe it could have been the Steve Robbins car. It was a white car. They were riding the wall, and it was spectacular over there in turn 1.
Yeah, looks to be Justin Gledhill involved in this one there, Phil. Is looking here at the 51. He was the one that went for a ride here, so we're going to see what happened. Is it looks like the 8 of Austin Miners comes up there, gives a little bit of tap there to the door handles, and he sent her in full through the corner here. Comes up the track, just drives right into the 51 machine. Continues driving into the 51, goes upside down and lands back on his wheels. Some more cars involved in that one. The 319 of Brewer, got the 39, Jim Revis, and the 61 all involved in that wreck.
So you mean to tell me we somehow got out of that one without a turtle?
No turtle.
Can't believe it.
No leaner either. So
no leaner, no 2 points. We got no 1 point for a turtle. We're trying to figure out what is going to be the ringer. Is that going to be somebody just impaling the wall and getting stuck? Is that 3 points?
We haven't figured that out. Somehow.
Leave it to the viewers.
Jack was saying a full turtle, and then on its side. So like he's spinning around, and then comes up on his side. That would be a whole ringer. But that would be rather interesting to see. Somebody spin around like a top, and all of a sudden lands on its side. So I think that'd make it extremely hard. So I think we'll leave it up to the Full Velocity Racing Network people out there, all the fans, all the drivers, everybody out there to support us here each and every week, each and every night, I should say, for that matter. We'll leave it up to you guys. What should we call the ringer? 3 points will be the ringer, but what should be the ringer involved in a wreck? We'll leave it up to you guys.
Todd, challenge accepted. You want me to go out there and try to put a car on its side, spinning around on its side? I'm the guy who may be able to make that happen. Probably just not even by accident either. But we'll go back to racing here. iRacing I flag, green flag. Returns to the speedway now. 40 laps in the books. 2/3 the way home here in Knoxville. Off of turn number 2. Kyle Surratt leads. Jason Salter back to the bottom. Alex Brewer. David Blackbird 2 by 2 by 2. Are we still under yellow? Because this looks like a high-speed pace lap.
It definitely does look like a high-speed pace lap, as we are still under green flag conditions. Coming by the start finish line, we're going to be under 20 laps remaining here at the Knoxville Raceway. And here comes Salter back down to the bottom there in the trash painted graphics. Number 10 machine Brewer for a 3. 16 of Blackbird not going away. He's having a great run, probably the best run he's had all season. The number 86 machine running in that 5th spot. Here comes Fetkenauer down to the bottom. He's following Brewer. They're all trying to make their way to the front.
Oh my God, Todd, I'm back here watching for about 4th on back. Stephen Moore. I think it was Stephen. Was that Josh? It was Josh Peacock. No, it was Stephen Moore, 73 car. Put the car in the middle of a group that put it about 4 wide off of turn number 4. I didn't know how that car was going to fit. Somehow they did. They are all straight. I'm just enthralled. I know we're supposed to be calling the racing action. I am just a straight up fanboy right now. Watching these guys throwing around slinging mud. This doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better. These guys always put on a whale of a show, whether it's Wednesday night street fights, Sunday night shootout, or extended Raps tour, the modified tour. As these guys, a lot of contact being made, and somebody is around there. Kind of a lazy spin over there, and turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it was quite lazy, but
It was lazy.
Sawyer Swiatek, I think, had a little help getting all the way around. Alex Brewer, I think, made sure the lazy spin. I think he helped him go all the way around, but we're going to put us back under the yellow flag here. Head of a record surface yellow flag. It's number 5 and number 6. I've lost the pen at this point. 44 laps of 60 on the board. Let Todd go back there and take a look at that. There was a lot going on into that corner. I'm surprised it showed up as a little bit of a lazy spin like it was, because it had potential to be pretty dang big.
Definitely have potential of being big here as we're cutting it up here. The BladeNote.com instant replay is a little bit of contact there ensued between Sawyer Swiatek and the number 1 of Brewer. Brewer got on the binders though. This is what makes it a lazy spin. Brewer was on the binders and did not keep following through as fast as he could go. He actually slowed it down. Not a lot of contact to the wall for either one of those drivers. They're able to live another day here. We still got 15 laps to go, so not smashing each other up early. So that was really smart driving on both those drivers' parts.
All right, well, I'm going to make a prediction now. Are we still in the prediction business here?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm not gonna pick a winner, but I am going to predict, Todd, just the way these guys are getting after it, the good racing going on here, the closeness of the racing, the laps getting down to the end. I'm going to make the bold prediction. We're going overtime here tonight. We went 2 in the UMP Modified Series. I'm going to expect at least 1 chance of overtime tonight here for the Sunday Shootout Series. You with me on that one, or are you not? Because we know they're very clean, but I'm thinking at this point, something's going to eventually give here, and I think it's going to be racing down those last couple of laps, jockeying for position here late. I'm predicting overtime.
I can see overtime. I don't know how many times of overtime, but I can see overtime.
All right, and just so you know, Todd pays by the hour sometimes, so overtime could be a good thing. So we'll put that out there. As I'm going to wait for a wife to come in behind you and say absolutely not. Not how it works here on the network. Is we're getting ready to go back to racing here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. Is off of turn number 4. iRacing flag, green flag back in the air, and it is going to be Kyle Surratt. He is going to lead Jason Salter down into turn number 1 and 2. David Blackburn, he makes a Hail Mary move to the bottom. 3 wide race for the race lead down off into turn 3.
Yeah, 3 wide for the race lead here at Knoxville. What a great race between these guys. The top 3, even the top 4 here. And the freight Salter way down to the bottom. He's got to make something happen here. Surratt just able to motor around here on the outside here in the number 18 machine.
Trying to make it eat up top as we let her dig tonight at DWR off of turn number 2. Surratt leading over Jason Salter. They a little checkup back there for 3rd. Derek Fenkenhauer to the outside of David Blackburn. That may be one of the best races on the racetrack right now is for 3rd. Stephen Moore in the 73. He has found his way up to the top 5, and he's got it eating up top. How about the run for Stephen Moore tonight? That is a guy who has just been solid here recently. He won his first race at DWR a couple of weeks ago. More wins are coming to that guy. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you, Phil, as he's starting to get stronger each and every week in that 073 machine once again. But meanwhile, up front is all Surratt, so this time by 10 more circuits around the Knoxville Raceway for the number 18 and 10 machine. But yellow flag going to fly here, going to spoil that just a tad bit. I'm going to get to work on the BladeNote.com instant replay.
Yeah, put Todd back to work. Yellow flag back out here. 50 laps of 60 in the books. Slow it back down again and look around here for what is going to be a BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay. And I'm going to guess, I believe, was Brady Richards involved? Was the one of Alex Brewer involved? Was Henry Jones a piece? I don't really know. Those are the 3 names that stuck out. Free falling down through the standings. Spoil the surprise there, Todd.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage going on here for these guys. It's just trying to get the best view here. But everybody slowed down in front. I mean, you had upside down cars. Richards going for a ride. The 073 upside down, almost upside down. Kind of playing sit there. And the 073 machine able to keep going though. Gonna have to go down the pit road, but 073. You have the 25 involved, Braden Richards. I believe even Alex Brewer was involved in that number 1 machine.
Yeah, I think I've seen him around over there as well. So slow the field back down as we were coming to 10 to go. They liked it so much we wanted to keep it under the yellow to just preserve all the laps we could. Tyson Pancow's number 91 car looks like he is being put to the tail end of the field for this one. A new rule change they made over here at DWR this season, Todd. If they're asking, like we've seen for leagues over the years, you're responsible for yellow flag. Call it out, claim it, go take a penalty at the end of the field, race on. The most gentleman thing to do. I think it was a great move by the brass over here at DWR. I call it the best league there is out there in the dirt. I think that's one of these things that really makes them set out is they really police themselves as drivers, and the administration do a terrific job.
Yeah, the administration does a fantastic job. The drivers do a fantastic job. Not a lot of drivers try to get away with stuff here at DWR, and that's what's great about here. And if you need help, all those DWR admins are right there to help you here, whether it's setups or anything like that. By racing our flag, green flag's back out, and Surratt leading the charge into 1.
Surratt lead him down to turn number 1 as they fan out 2-3 now, almost 4 wide off the corner. Derek Fetkenhauer makes a hell of a run down to the low side of the racetrack. So does Casey Brunson. Low side loses steam rather quickly. High side gathers it back up. Now it's Jason Salter. He takes some snap to the low side. He checks up Derek Fetkenhauer. 3 of us 4 wide for the race lead off turn 4.
Yeah, going and flashing by that start-finish line. 6 laps remain here at the Knoxville Raceway. Salter really trying to work over that bottom, catfishing it there. The number 10 machine. Here comes the 16 Blackbird back to the top shelf for the Speedway. It's been all of Kyle Surratt there. And that number 18 machine, he's led 26 laps so far. As soon as you capture that lead from the number 16 of Blackberg, he's been able to hold on to it. I know Salter has been able to take a couple different challenges, different swings at him. But right now, 5 to go. Handful of laps to go.
Oh, but Kyle Surratt drives into 1. He bounces off the wall. So does the 16. But look at the big run they get off the corner. Blackberg now around Salter. He may take a look to the low side. Blackberg versus Surratt racing for the race lead off turn 4.
Great race for that number 16 machine. He looks back down to the bottom side here. Surratt. Is Surratt going to make another costly mistake? Is Blackberg going to be able to capitalize? He dives her down to the bottom side here through the middle of the corner. Lets her drift up the track. Oh, that's going to slow it down just a tad bit. Fall back into the clutch to the number 10 machine. Yellow flag going to fly.
Yellow flag is going to fly again. I only thought that was a matter of time as well, as they were all starting to wall ride over in turn number 1 and 2. And that, a good idea to maybe get your car wound up, but eventually somebody gets stuck and, we got it slowed down, and that checked them all up. Yellow flag coming out as we complete lap number 57. I made the prediction that we may see some overtime. I think my prediction may almost hold true, but let's let Todd show off another BladeNo.com full velocity instant replay. Show us what happened, Todd. I'm going to think it's going to be what I was talking about. They were all jiving, just diving for the outside lane over turn number 1. Somebody probably got squeezed out of room.
Well, David Brewer was working on the bottom. He thought he was clear. I think of the car right there directly in front of him. Spins around over there in the corner, takes out Braden Richards. Looks like Pankow may have been involved in that one again too. Nope, the 319 machine, excuse me, and then the 39 machine. Those guys all involved.
I think Josh Peacock may have got a piece of that as well in the 61. I see him back there as well. So Josh has had a really, really off night here in Knoxville. Now that car down on pit road. So Josh Peacock has not had the most enjoyable night this evening in the street stock. Had a tough night out there getting, was in the backup Bulletproof Motorsports number 73 car in the UMP Modified. So Josh Peacock had a tough night at Knoxville. Looks like his night here may end prematurely. But Todd, I made the call. We're going to see overtime, and it's official. We are going to get a green-white checker attempt to finish out the Sunday shootout tonight. We will get 3 attempts. I believe green-white checker attempt number 1 is going to go green, I think, next time around.
Yeah, lights out extinguished. Adopt the iRacing.com. Safety truck, the pace truck for a while. There as we get ready to go back to racing here. Green-white checkered of attempt number 1. We have 3 attempts of the green-white checkered finish. We'll see if these drivers are going to be able to do it. Can they do better than Nightstead Rob's Modified Tour, who had 2 green-white checkers? Can they get it done in 1?
Well, I guess we're about to find out. The field, as Todd would say, is restacked and repacked and ready to fire. Over in turns number 3 and 4, safety truck crawls off the speedway into the infield, puts the hands back into the starter. The race leader is Kyle Surratt. He slams the loud pedal down. Green flag up in the air. Green-white checker to settle it tonight here in Knoxville.
As Surratt just way up the track into the loose stuff there. This door wide open for racing. Jason Salter down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. Salter trying to pull a slider there on the number 18 machine through 3 and off a turn. And number 4 white flag going to be out in the air here. Looks like we're going to have one attempt. The 010 Brunson, where did he come from? He's inside the top 5.
Casey Brunson having a hell of a run here, but Jason Salter leading him off of turn number 2. Kyle Surratt going to fight back on the outside. We are going to have a slugfest with a race win into turns number 3 and 4. Salter down low, Surratt up high. Who is going to win the drag race off the corner down the straightaway? This one's going to be too close to call. Give it to Kyle Surratt, but only by a blink. 0.017, 17 thousandths of a second. Kyle Surratt picks up the win over Jason Salter. Casey Brunson from 14th to finish 3rd. Derek Fetkenhauer grabs 4th. David Blackburn survives in a top 5 finish. Stephen Moore will get 6th. Eric Eichstadt for 7th. Alex Cummings 8th. Austin Miners 9th. And Justin Holton rounds out a top 10 on a night where these guys threw everything but the kitchen sink, and I think they even threw that there at the end. What a tremendous race. What a great finish.
And definitely a good finish there, Phil. Fantastic race, like you said. 0.017 there. It was the margin of victory there for the number 18 of Kyle Surratt, Jason Salter, Casey Brunson. Like you said, top 3 finish for that 010 machine, having to come all the way from a consolation event. So great job to him. He's going to pick up a podium finish here tonight.
Sure is, and we're going to talk to all 3 of the top 3 after this thrilling finish at Knoxville. Next on the post-race show, presented by BladeNode.com over in the DWR Discord. Give us about 30 seconds. We'll be right back here live on your source for esports racing. Ah, there we go. Test. We are ready. All right, back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Knoxville Raceway just saw an epic finish to the DWR Sunday Night Shootout Series. Kyle Surratt by 17 thousandths of a second over the number 10 of Jason Salter. And our 3rd place finisher, a guy who came out of absolutely nowhere to get a top 3 run here tonight. And that is our good buddy Casey Brunson here in the 010 case. Terrific job. Where the heck did you come from on a night where guys are 3 and 4 wide all over? You somehow steered all the way through up to a top 3, buddy. Tell us about your run. That was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, it's just a lot of patience, letting everybody crash each other out with 60 laps to go. So I got a lot of lucky restarts starting on the bottom. My car couldn't run the top. It just pushed, so they could really hug the berm and just find all the tack down there and get some grip.
I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun for us to watch here tonight. I think I did more gazing of the way you guys are racing than calling the action. This place had grip all over it tonight. You were out there, you said, what was there a full moon? Were guys being over aggressive more than normal? Because this one seemed to be just all out chaos all over the place.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of over aggressive drivings from first lap.
Well, you did it from position number 14. Had to come from one of the consolation rounds, Casey. A top 3 run here tonight at Knoxville. It is going to feel good to have you here once again on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We are live at Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. I'm sure you feel like a very hard-earned one. I think you for sure have heard this one for certain. I'll give you the mic one more time. Thank you. I'd like to thank out there.
I think Eric, iStaff with iStat Wraps for all the wraps, and DWR for putting it on. And you guys for broadcasting, so I can watch it later.
I'm going to tell you what, you're going to have a whole lot to go back there and watch. This was a lot of fun. The 010, Casey Brunson, gets 3rd here tonight live in Knoxville. We'll let him get back here and debrief with the team and Said go back and watch this one later. That was going to be a lot of fun to watch. And this finish was something. 17 one-thousandths of a second short comes our buddy aboard car number 10, racing Jason Salter. I'm not sure what you could have did different there. That was a terrific drag race off the corner. You came up just a bit short, but golly, what could you have done different?
Well, the car was really, it wouldn't hug the bottom like I wanted it to. It was about a half a lane up from where I needed to be most of the time on the bottom. And it'd run the top fairly decent, but not enough to make a pass. You got to be where they ain't and make the pass. And I don't know, maybe if I could have got a little bit better run off the bottom, I think I might have been able to keep him back there.
All right, so you were up mainly in the top 3 or 4 all night long. I'm not sure if you saw the mirror chaos going on behind you, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 wide. I'm sure you're pretty happy to be back there because it was everything but tame out here tonight in Knoxville. What was the reason? Why was the racetrack that?
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people trying to go for the same real estate. I mean, it's a big wide track, but with as many cars out there and as many people that really want to win and have a good run, it gets a little aggressive out there.
I'll tell you, I don't think I've seen a race that's been this much fun to call in a very long time. You guys put one really good show on tonight, Jason. You get a second spot here in the trash panning machine. I'm going to give you the microphone one more time here live on Full Velocity. Take it away. Thank you, like to thank out there. Great job tonight. That was.
As always, I'd like to thank everybody for coming around with us. Without all the guys that come race with us, we wouldn't have a whole lot of anything around here. We pretty much all support one another and race really good with each other. And I'd like to thank Jim and Eric. So we've been putting this thing on for like 6 seasons now, and it's going pretty well. Got some things in the pipeline, hoping it'll work out pretty well. I'd like to thank Full Velocity Racing Network and Trash Panda Graphics.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Trackside aboard car number 10. Jason Salter finishing up in the second spot here tonight. He comes up 17 one-thousandths of a second. I can't finish a sentence that quick, Todd. Kyle Surratt back there in victory lane, and one that he certainly had to earn here tonight. Terrific race lead.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race for the driver of the number 18, Kyle Surratt, taking down the victory here at Knoxville Raceway. BladeNote.com, victory lane. Kyle, what a great race. You were able to finally get around Blackbird there, able to keep the rest of the charging guys at bay. Salter threw a couple of haymakers at you there. You were able to get back by him and be able to make it look kind of easy keeping those guys at bay. Tell us about your race.
Well, first off, I'd like to say it was not easy whatsoever. This is probably one of the toughest races I've driven simply because of the fact that the racetrack went totally topside, at least for me, and that cushion up there, if you hit it wrong, you were in the wall, and you were going to stay in the wall for a good 3 or 4 seconds. So I had to tread kind of carefully, and you was right, Jason did throw a couple haymakers at me, but Jason's a really clean racer, and I appreciate him racing me clean. And he talked to me a little bit after the race and said he could have slid up to break my momentum there on the last lap, but he doesn't like to race like that. I don't like to race like that, so can certainly appreciate it from him, and made for a good finish for everybody watching the broadcast.
It definitely was a good finish there. I think it was .017, wasn't it, Phil?
That's what it says on my screen, yes.
All right. So, yeah, Phil was the one that actually got to announce that portion. I didn't actually get to see it. I know it was that close. So it was a fantastic race. It was great to see a drag race at the start-finish line. Another close finish for the DWR guys here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, man. You had to see what was going on. Did you ever look up in the mirror to see how everybody was racing right there directly behind you, 3 and 4 wide?
I did, and I was like, hey, y'all can keep racing 3 and 4 wide so I can pull away. But, Jason, he never give up, and we was, had a little caution fest there towards the end of the race, so I couldn't really get in the rhythm to try and drive away from anybody, and then took me a couple laps to get my momentum built up. And then, of course, with cautions, you can't ever get it built back up. So Jason was running on the bottom there. I actually think maybe he was a little bit better than me there towards the end, but I was just able to get up there and power back around him coming to the start-finish line.
What a fantastic race it was there for you, Kyle. But I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you this evening.
Of course, as always, I got to thank TNT Auto Source for being on my car. I got to thank myself for making this deal happen. I thank my new teammates over at Bulletproof Motorsports, like Josh Peacock and the rest of the guys for bringing me on board over there, and thank DWR for putting on this league. It's my favorite league to run, and appreciate you guys for putting on this broadcast for us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end it from BladeNote.com. Victory Lane picking up the huge win here tonight. New teammate there at the Bulletproof Motorsports, driver of the number 18, Kyle Serra.
Man, and we talk about the Bulletproof team. They just got a little bit more, ammunition there with that number 18, Kyle Sarai. He is a good shoe and a lot more on display for them guys. You can guarantee it. That is going to do it for us tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank all the gang here at DWR, Jason, Jim, and Eric. We got to thank, of course, our great sponsors once again. Got to thank Hanover Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voyles Trucking, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Jet for Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Ron Piles, Martin Karch, and everybody else that makes up the Full Velocity Racing Network. There was a whole lot of them, gang. I am Phil LaCasse. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. It is championship night over at the Dirt Slinging Outlaws Pro Late Models and Super Late Models. Coverage starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So for Todd, I am Phil. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night on your source for esports racing.
Good night.